Good to go.
Okay, welcome everybody. We are live here in Warren Town Council chambers. It is Tuesday, September 29th at about 5:30. This is a special meeting of the Warren Town Council. We can all rise. I hope you can all see and hear us. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Because this is our first time back in chambers and our first time with new audiovisual technology going, I will ask that everybody continue to identify yourself before you speak, as those viewing or listening may or may not have the visual portion. So we want to make sure that everybody knows who's speaking and when. So the first item on the agenda is our town manager discussion and action regarding ratification of the employment agreement for an accountant. Manager Michaud, if you'd like to just give us a brief telling of our new employee.
Sure. This is a position that was discussed during the budget process, as included in the existing budget. The main focus of the position is accounting. Also doing grant reporting, which is something that is obviously very necessary for our operations. And the finance director, Bob Rulli, and myself reviewed all the applications, held some interviews, and we are pleased to present you the recommendation in front of you, and I'd like to move forward with executing the agreement.
Thank you. Any questions or comments from the council?
I will make a motion that we proceed with the ratification of the employment agreement for the position of accountant.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. Thank you very much. Next item is police chief. Well, deputy chief is here. Come forward and please identify yourself. We have a request approval and authorize the council president to sign the agreement with policeapp.com. I spoke briefly with Chief Borges and he explained how this all works. Maybe you can share that with the rest of the council.
Sure. Deputy Chief Annunziata. Well, originally we were using Indeed as a advertisement. That cost the department $52 a month to run that. We didn't have a lot of success. We currently have 10 applications on file through that system. We learned that the police app, through other departments that are using it, it's been very successful for them. They've reached over 100 applicants in each city. So, and it's of no cost to the town. The fees for it are for the applicants themselves. They would pay the town $30 for the administrative fee to process it, and $25 would go to the app themselves. That's how they make their money. So a total of $55 per applicant. My understanding is that the applications, once they're completed online, they would then be emailed to the town hall. I believe Sandy would receive those, and also to the chief of police. They'd be processed, and then we would go from there.
Chief, these are for applications for jobs?
Yes, I'm sorry. Okay, it's applications for the police department specifically. Currently, right now, East Providence is involved in it. Tiverton's involved. There's several departments that have active sites right now. We're ready to go with this as soon as it gets approved, if it does get.
Great. And you would then be actively recruiting for new?
For a patrolman's position right now,
okay.
Yes.
Great. Any questions? Other questions?
And just, Madam President, just so you know, this is becoming the norm for law enforcement across the nation. These police apps, they actually get housed. It's very similar to what the schools use for School Spring, if you're familiar with School Spring. School Spring does job applications for school districts nationwide. So these would actually get housed there, and they could be kept there for a period of time where the applicant doesn't have to reapply they can just click and ship and send it back to our department. It's actually going to save us money and time, and we'll benefit, I think, $5, right, at the end of the day.
Yes.
Yeah. So, yeah, great job, thanks.
Thank you. We have a motion.
I'll make a motion that we approve this request by the police chief to sign the agreement with policeapp.com.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Deputy. Have a good night.
Next, we have correspondence C1. It's a resignation letter from Board of Canvassers member Timothy Thorpe. Do we have a motion to send him a letter of thanks for his service?
I'll make a motion. We accept the resignation and have the city clerk send out a letter of thanks for his service.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Let's have it. And thus, we have the appointment of Board of Canvassers, one full member, and because of the resignation of the alternate, one alternate member. I have reviewed the lists and
Can I ask just for a point of clarification?
Yep.
Currently, I know we can't have more than 2 members of the same party. What is the current makeup of the Board of Canvassers at this time?
there are 2 full members. One is a Republican, one is a Democrat, and
Okay.
there is one alternate who is a Republican.
Okay.
So there is a need definitely for one Democrat, and the full position could be either a Republican or a Democrat. If everybody understands the process, I make a nomination based on the 2 lists that I have furnished by the chairs of the Republican Town Committee and the Democratic Town Committee. And a second would be required, and then we would vote and appoint the members. First would be the full member, and then the alternate member.
That's correct.
All righty, so
Do we have discussion, like, do you give us a little background on each person?
basically the vetting process goes through the town committee. So the Republican Town Committee chair has vetted and interviewed and identified the names on the list that they furnished as being willing to
Okay,
accept the nomination and the appointment, as has the chairperson of the Democratic Town Committee.
and
So-
just one more, just for clarification, because this is new to me.
Yep.
The list that was provided, is that their batting order, or is it no particular order at all?
There is an assumption made by me that this is their preferred or their prioritized list. That said, I can choose whoever I want. I
Yes.
could choose the person at the bottom of either list if I wanted to.
That's correct. This is by statute, section 17-8-1. And that's the exact process. There is no requirement under the statute that the chairs of the town committees rank their proposed members on the list. They're just supposed to furnish a list of 5 candidates who they recommend. And then the town council president makes a selection from there, and then the council votes on it.
Does it have to be a list of 5, or can they just say one name?
Well, it says 5, but I can tell you in other communities, sometimes what happens is they just have 2 or 3 names.
Okay, yeah, because one list only has 3 names on it.
Yes, that's okay.
That's fine.
Statutorily, yeah.
Okay.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
just for historical purposes, it's been done in the past that on other boards as well, that we look at alternates, and if there was never a problem with the alternate, usually what we've done is move that person to the first chair. So letting that be known, that has been done for lots of boards,
I am
as well as the Board of Canvassers.
But if that name wasn't presented by the party chairman, they wouldn't be eligible then, right? If I'm following this correctly by statute?
That's correct, yes.
Yeah,
Well-
so,
But the name is.
okay, yeah, just so, yep.
In this case, on the list of 5 names put forward by the Republican Town Committee, the name who is in first, who is at the top of the list, Nancy Martell, she is currently serving in the alternate position for the Republican Party. The alternate position on the Democrat side has just resigned. And the three candidates who are on the Democrat side are all qualified and have been vetted.
Okay.
So I nominate Joanne Kirsch of 24 Ellis Avenue in the position, the full position on the Board of Canvassers.
I'll second that nomination.
Okay, all in favor? Aye.
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 The ayes have it. Thank you very much. Joanne Kirsch is the new full member of the Board of Canvassers. And in the alternate position, which does need to be a Democrat, I nominate Carol Wild.
I'll second that nomination.
All in favor? Aye.
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 Aye. Okay, we have a unanimous decision, and Carol Wild is now the alternate position on the Board of Canvassers.
I will make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, everybody.
Let's wrap, Jack.
At 5:42, we were done.